Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ceremonial Intuitive. Today we're going to be getting some messages from your angels, and I already did shuffle the card deck, set the intention, and set up sacred space for healing and connection today. This is the tarot card that came out from I believe this is the Vision Quest card deck, and this one is the big medicine wheel. So if you go by a traditional tarot, it would probably most likely resonate with the Wheel of Fortune. And then at the back of the card deck, we had Four of Earth, Security. So pretty much Four of Pentacles. And I'm hearing like something to do with lots of abundance is on the way. But let's get into the deeper depth of what actual abundance is for you. The messages from your angels, and I'm hearing specifically this is going to be for someone who resonates with being an old soul. So, if you resonate with your soul has been here, it's been through lots of learning stages. You've gone through lots of maybe dark nights of the soul, transitions, transformation, ascension, a spiritual awakening. This is going to be more of a resonant message for you specifically. And I did get a few messages before I pulled the cards as well, just that we are seeing like the eagle come through. The eagle did come through. When I closed my eyes and then I opened them again, all I saw was this eagle right in my face, and I just noticed its sharp beak, and I heard harsh words. I also did receive like messages around speaking your piece, allowing words to hold weight, gradually noticing the burdens that you're carrying. And then I also heard seeking peace from closure or with closure, but having that eagle view, perception, or viewpoint around it. It's almost like raising your awareness, raising your consciousness ability, or your ability to be conscious and expand your thoughts, your thinking, the way you feel about it, that closure or that peace that you've been seeking from something. And then there was something again, like with this like sharp beak, like these harsh words that the eagle was showing me. And it was almost like the message of speaking from a place of kindness. I felt like I was just like holding these cards so tightly. So there's like something that you've been like holding tightly onto. Maybe this is like a pain point, or, a wounding that has been coming up to the surface. Maybe it's with somebody, maybe it's within yourself. And you are seeking more, security, groundedness in this situation. With this person or within yourself, this other part of you. It's about like not dismissing and betraying or denying that part of you that's coming through, or that is speaking through you, that wants to have peace, that wants to find peace and closure with the words that may have been creating that inner turmoil or inner poison. Yeah, and we see like the four directions here. There's like all these different animals, and then we have the snake in the middle. And I'm not sure like what this actual is. It looks like stones. Maybe that's stones. But I'm seeing like the emerald green color coming through, and that's like really connected with Mother Earth, her heart, the malachite crystal here, that deep emerald green. Maybe you are connected with the emerald tablets in some way, with Thoth or Thoth. Maybe you do work with a lot of deepness, the darkness, the unconscious, the subconscious. Maybe you do a lot of depth work. Maybe you do work with a lot of shamanic energy and come from a shamanic perspective, as you'll notice the card readings that I do as well. And then like in the middle of here, it looks to me like a pearl almost, but it looks like also like a marble. So I'm not sure if like marbles are connected with anything, but in a sense, we see this circular symbol. We see all four directions. So something is coming to a closure. And let's kind of find out what more is. Okay. So again, I'm going to try and I'm going to move this card deck out. Those are going to be our clarifying cards though. And then we have the Nine of Air. So there's been some hurt, okay? There's been some pain, some suffering. Remember, like Carl Jung states, if you know anything about his work, working with the unconscious, the subconscious, the shadow, the moon card, right? The shadow, of course. We are working with this depth work. We are working with the underneath, we are unraveling. And that's what your angels are saying. Like you are consciously preparing for something that is wanting to come into your life, and that's why they spoke of like abundance. But this unraveling, this unwinding has to happen first of what's been like. It's almost like they're showing me a mummy right now, how mummies actually, or why mummies were, or humans were mummified. And it was like to protect them and to really protect their organs, specifically the heart. And that has a lot to do with Thoth and as well, the weighing of the heart. But and becoming like that great teacher that the heart teaches us, because our heart is a great teacher. And it's almost like being carried from next life to next life is how they believed, and that you would still have your heart in the next life. You would still have that part of your soul, that part of you that had the experiences that went through life and could now carry that wisdom, could now carry that knowledge forward. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's pull one more card from here. And we have, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of push these out of the way a little bit. And we have this. So you see like there's like a similar color theme, and let's see what's on the, oh, okay. So the back of the card deck, Three of Air and Doubt. We have the black feathers. Maybe this is to do with like crows, ravens. There's a little bit of like storminess behind. So there is something about you leaving a storm behind, okay? This might be like related to a specific like person, again, relationship. Or this might be a part of you that's like being uncovered, being unwoven so that you can alchemize it, so that you can integrate this part of you now. You always probably thought that this part of you was bad in some way, or that it wouldn't be accepted, or that it was too angry, or that it was too like mean is what I'm hearing. But those words, again, like speaking from a place of kindness, is like self-respect, you know, having self-respect, loving yourself, self-kindness, self-compassion, mercy for those parts of you that are speaking up, that would like their voice to be heard. Because, and for some of you, this does feel like this card is the father of the earth. And it almost feels like a masculine wound, okay? So something's been held back from you. And this may fall on like the paternal line, and it's been carried down. But you're the one, you are the cycle breaker that's here to make it and shake it up and kind of take it into the next trajectory, and heal whatever this like wounding of hurtful words that you've been holding onto and what you've been carrying. You're the one that's here to release it, but you have to do it kind of almost through that pain and suffering to make it come into the light and make it conscious again, and make it so that you do reap the benefits. You do get this bowl of whatever that is, like nourishment, food, abundance, whatever that is, whatever abundance is to you. Okay, your angels are saying like, whatever abundance means for you. Is it the abundance of gratitude? Is it the abundance of health? Is it the abundance of life, of enjoyment, adventures? Does it have to do with wealth and money? And so it's almost about releasing like those words that you carry around what abundance is to you, and not feeling guilty, not feeling shame for what you actually want more of, or what you want to feel more of in your life. But you had to know what you didn't want to feel more of, or didn't want more of, so that you could know what that abundance is for you and what that feels like. Because that's the only way you're going to bring it into this physical world, this physical life, right? You had to like break down to kind of like break through the chaos, the illusion, the turmoil, so that you could come into the light, bring it to the light. I'm like being drawn to the wolf right now, like howling at the moon. This is like you opening your voice about something. This is you using your voice. And yeah, let's get a card, clarifying card. Can we get a clarifying card, angels, for this group? Okay. Ah, okay. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot make it even up. All right. Back of the card deck, because I really always feel called to just looking at the back of the card deck. And here it says service. And we see the world again. We see the healing symbol. I think it's like called the caduceus or something like that. And then like this service dog. Dogs they're very obedient. They love their family. They love whoever loves them, right? They even love the unloved. They love they can manage through pain, hatred, abuse, and they still love that same person that gives them that. And so this has something to do with like, family almost. It goes back very far within your family. And that's what like this work is when we uncover, because lots of times there's things that we can't often see because we don't understand what they could even mean for us, where they even came from, how do they even make sense in our life. And so it's almost like, again, like Carl Jung says, making sense out of the nonsense, okay? Or the nonsense making sense, or not making sense. It's all about that sense. And this is leading to the way you see and can open up your perception around what life is trying to give you, give back to you, by understanding, all right, I'm done with the hurt and the pain, the suffering. I've gone through the drastic changes, the transformations. I've learned a lot along the way, along the journey, along the lifetimes that I've been living. And I'm ready to hold that sacredness that is me, that is what I carry, and hold it with such honor and bless it and accept the invitation that said this was mine to carry, but then releasing it, okay? Releasing it and giving it back, not giving it back with the poison, but now like the transformation that has come from it, giving back and forward into the future generations again, okay? Because it's always been you. It was you. That's why you resonate with such that old soul energy. Okay, and again, we have like the emerald green colors here. Now they're like bringing me to Wizard of Oz with this card, you guys, like, and so I'm hearing like it's all about like having courage, because we know the cowardly lion, he seeks courage. So this is going to take a lot of courage, but it's also going to take a lot of like tenacity. That's what I'm hearing, and like a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of mercy for yourself and what you've been carrying, what you've had to work on, and what you're now like breaking through, right? It's all these like crystallized connections, okay? And it all started from within you, like this cellular movement. What I'm getting right now is like the resonance. It's almost like you were dropped down into this body, dropped down onto this earth, into this family, into your family, and your lineage is very old, okay? It is very like sacred. It's been here very much times before. And you're the one that's like breaking out of this sonic vibration that you came in to alchemize and to raise it. And you are raising your vibration. You are purifying. Okay, we see like the white hands and the white feet and like white whales. So that's like a purifying color frequency. So you are here purifying and stepping out of like this mask of, or this like masquerade of the hurt and pain and the suffering that, you know, your ancestry has been carrying, specifically on the paternal side. Okay, but this doesn't really have to do with like just the masculine, the men, and going back that far, but it's more so like your father's parents and then their parents. It's almost like looking at your father's generation and what that current of abundance was. Was it lacking something? Did they have a lot of something but very lacking? Like, what is true wealth for a human, right? What is it? It's very much a lot of to do with health. If we don't have our health, we are really not very wealthy. Our health is wealth. And maybe you are rediscovering that. Maybe you are somebody who has come from a family that has had so much. And you noticed how little love they had, how little connection or relationship they had, how abusive maybe the impacts have been. And you have had to learn how to love without receiving anything, right? It's almost like, what is love? It is not something that you can receive. It is something that you just feel, that you just know, that you just are, and that you just can see in others, okay? But there's not something like physically that means love, that stands for love. And so it's coming from this place of your heart, and where you'll find that true healing, where you'll truly break free from the inner turmoil or the inner hearing like inner compass. Okay, so like something like has been taking you there, and it's the experience of feeling like almost like life is unfair because you've had these experiences. But again, those experiences were here to show you what you do not no longer want any more of. Okay, so it's like you had to go through those experiences so that you knew what you didn't want more of, or what to keep on happening, because it kept on happening in this generational current that you came down in upon. And it's always been you. You're awakened, okay? You have that third eye. All right, let's get one more last card here. And there it is. All right, so, right, inner truth. Look at that, the owl wisdom, the owl animal spirit, the one who sees in the darkness, who hunts, who is mystical, who is magic. And this says attract through glow. So yeah, it's up to you, and it is within you already. And you have the ability and the capability to move through it, to open your eyes and really sit with all of it in this new light, in this new way, because you've now found your way, and you are bringing yourself into so much more clarity and abundance of really what you had to rediscover for yourself and pull away, extract away. You're removing the distractions. Okay? All right, you guys, this is it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.